Now what if I told you that instant hotbar swapping in Minecraft is now possible? You probably wouldn't believe me, however this is now true. Now most people think of the new shelf item as a decor item or a detailing item since it allows for a totally new shape. However, the new shelf item is more than just that, because if you place down a block, put a shelf on the side of this block and then power this block, the shelf changes shape as you can see. Now it's not powered, now it is powered. And you can of course continue this using a redstone signal. Now they're powered, now they're not powered, and as you can see they change. And this exact feature allows you to instantly change your hotbar. Now you might be wondering, how is the shelves changing their look, allowing you to change your hotbar? Well, let me explain. Because as you see, if I right click on this shelf, I can now place off items or place away items. I can now place items in this shelf. And if I power this but clear my inventory, if I now right click on it, I will equip all the items we have within here. And if I now for example go down to a bigger shelf like this, I can of course have 3 shelves, which equals a total of 9 blocks, and I will now be able to pick up all the items we have right here, as you can see. And if I of course just have 2 shelves, I will equip these 6 items in the last 6 slots. And of course if I only have 1 shelf activated, I will only equip them in the last 3 slots. Now where does instant hotbar swapping come into here? Well, because as you see, if I have a hotbar full of items, if I now right click on these shelves full of items, even though these are stacked items, I can now change the last 6 items in my hotbar, which happen to be wood building blocks, and I can now change them with, for example, stone. Now they're stone, now they're wood, now they're stone, now they're wood, and as you can see, you can even do this with stacked items. So if I, for example, want to build, let's say, some ravines right here, or just build some stuff using these blocks right here, and then I want to start adding a wood on top right here, what I can do, instead of having to open a chest, drop off all the stone, and then pick up wood in a separate chest, what I can do now is just head over here, right click on these shelves, grabs wood, and now I can just start building whatever I want to build. Not that this is looking good or anything, but I can now do this a lot easier. So as you can see, I was now able to just quickly equip the wood, and if I now want to go back to stone, I can head over here, grab the stone, and then continue using stone for building. And if I now want to grab wood again, I can just do that, as you can see. Now some important things to mention is that if you just have 1 shelf, your last 3 hotbar slots will be swapped. However, if you have 2, as you can see, your last 6 slots will be swapped. And if you happen to have 3 shelves right here, all 9 hotbar blocks will of course be swapped. Now a great example of why this is so useful is if I look at the building project I have right here. These buildings right here require 5 different block pallets. First we have stone at the bottom and different stone blocks, then we have spruce wood for right here and right here. After that we have in between the spruce logs and spruce wood we have a kind of white color pattern, and then for the roof outline we start using dark oak, and then for the roof we have deep slate. And having to open each of these chests and take out the items you specifically need and then build, and once you're done building that layer, put them back and then go over here and grab, let's say, spruce or over here, can become quite annoying. However, with the new shelf blocks, building this becomes a lot easier, because if I now power all of these, let's say I want to start with building the bottom layer, which is 6 different stone blocks, I can simply just right click on these, grab the stone blocks, start building the next house pattern, which could be right here for example. And once I'm done building this, I could head over here, drop off the stone, I can then head over here, grab the spruce, and then simply just start using the spruce for the second layer of this build. And if, let's say, I'm building with stone right here and I want to change this out even quicker to then get started on the second layer of spruce, instead of heading over here and individually dropping off these items right here, I can simply just right click straight on the spruce items and then be given spruce, meaning I can now very quickly just get started on building the next layer to, for example, this house right here. And this is why this is so awesome, because when I'm done with, for example, spruce and I want to start on the next layer using these white blocks, I can simply just head over here, right click on the blocks right here, and then get started on those details. And once I'm done with that and want to get started on the roof, I can head over here, right click on these, and now I can get started on the roof outline. And as you can see, it is as simple as just attaching a redstone signal to them. So anyways guys, that is it for this one. So yeah, thanks for watching and hope you found this helpful. So anyways, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.